It's just the raw damage output being put down by those tanks. By
But you can see though that the most of the Russians here can actually pierce the armor.
Yeah.
So at least they're not getting the defense. But
Sweden's at war with Liberia, and Britain's at war with Iceland.
What are you doing? Is this like an exit strategy?
Yeah, I think Dan just wants to get as far away from Germany as he possibly can.
He's trying to create Swedens everywhere,
He's getting flashbacks to Germany invading his homeland. He's got to try and get away.
Yeah.
It's called Finland in, and Sweden's called Finland for the Swedish-Liberian War.
Yeah.
I bet he's got a naval invasion.
I feel like Sweden's given up and it's just trying to do weird entertainment now. Yesterday we had feedback who fell as France, and he actually switched to Chad, which is down here.
Chad, yeah. Sadly, no longer with us, Chad, because we annexed them into the Germans.
Yeah.
Or rather, we annexed France into them. So
yeah, so
they were never born.
Soviets are
pretty slow moving front.
They do have this encirclement here, but like they're only trying to break it from a river, so it's taking a while.
Yeah. How are we looking on the casualties now between the Soviets and Germans?
That's a good point. I think it might be quite horrific for the Soviets now.
Oh yeah, but yes.
I mean, they basically once they Liberia is saved.
Sweden's international colonies are multiplying in number.
Yeah. I don't know if Daniel's hoping that we will give them style points.
They've given it to Finland, I think.
I don't know.
Right,
maybe we should have a little bit of an interview now, because it's fairly slow. We could talk to Germany maybe.
Yeah, let's talk to the Central Powers, see how they're feeling.
Yeah, I mean we could also we could always ask Daniel what he's got against the islands of the world.
Yeah. Central Powers there? Not yet, apparently.
Oh, actually, it's Finland's exit strategy.
I guess
Finland
we'll get pulled into a chat
Liberia
with them shortly, I hope. Yeah, Finland took Liberia, so they're being fair. One country for each nation that's been defeated. Guess they don't fancy being under the Soviet occupation.
No.
Right, they need to hit done. There's nothing else they can take with their points. They have points, Finland, but you've taken Liberia. You can't.
Maybe they disagree on who should take it.
There we are. There we are. Greater Finland is now in Liberia, everyone.
This is geographically confusing for me. So we got British.
Very few on the British. Lots of Soviet casualties. I
mean, this is confusing because they're not actually fighting these guys. So Germany's lost only 300,000 men at this point, though.
Yeah, 131 for Poland.
Yeah,
Turkey 69.
Oh yeah. I thought of Greece as a player, but they're not, right?
No, Greece is in the German faction, but it's not been called in. Greece is also a major somehow, so that's impressive. Good job, Greece.
I think it created the faction, and then you kind of become a... Stalingrad's
gone.
I
think that's the first major...
Oh, it's actually they're majorly fighting down here now.
Big encirclement there, actually, on the Polish.
Yeah.
It's good work there from
four divisions, yeah. And, I mean, they're actively... There is, however, a kind of a nasty encirclement of the Soviets down here, and that's one that the German army is on as well.
Yeah, well, so it's not been a stomp for the Germans through Russia. They are putting up a stiff resistance.
Yeah.
And who was that going to? Pakistan?
I mean, they got more time to prepare this time, so they actually had
yes, Bangladesh
and Leningrad falls, and yeah, the army has taken Leningrad.
Oh yeah, Leningrad's gone. So just Moscow left.
So what's going to go? Well,
a few more places in between.
Where did the Brazilian forces go?
Don't know actually. They must have changed front.
Yeah.
Can switch over to the Brazilian see where they are. See where they are.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, they're invading Bolivia.
They're invading. Okay.
Guess they're just trying to expand their own
Bolivia
territory.
is technically in the Central Powers, I guess. But
yeah, because Brazil attacked them.
Yes. I mean, who's to say who attacked first? But yes, I don't really see any forces here, actually.
Oh, they're down in the south there.
Oh, there they are.
Holding Ukraine basically against the Germans.
Yeah.
Best they can. Actually, it's a big pocket developing
this is not good. You guys should fall back
They're
right now.
They're about to lose that province.
Oh,
They've
no.
been encircled. That's a big encirclement.
Oh, dear. That's the thing, though.
That's a lot of divisions.
The other guys don't have tanks. You have tanks. It's like you're running around with scissors, right? You're just cutting their supply lanes.
Yeah, there's no way for the Soviets to stop them once they break the division and they're retreating and they're into empty air.
No.
If you've got enough tanks, you can just attack divisions to prevent them.
Yeah. I mean, all this red air as well. Like the only other chance you really have is to have green air, because then that slows them down as well. So you can.
But with no air either, it's just going to be impossible for them to hold them in check.
I think we'll see the slow demise.
Yeah. So we've got about half an hour left of play.
Yeah. The question is if they're going to try and hit some of these potential victory points in the end.
We've got to see a final play from the British faction. I'm sure they'll try something. Those invasions are still queued up. They're invading Iceland currently.
Yes, it's being liberated, and
from themselves.
The bear. I mean, hopefully it's somewhat historical.
Well, yeah, there was no resistance, but yes, technically, what happened in historical?
Yeah, I think they surrendered to police. The police captain surrendered or something. Like
they just sort of sailed into the harbour and said, "Yeah, we're occupying you now," and they were like, "Okay, fair enough."
Yeah, it's better you than the Germans. But yeah, they're just basically waiting for, I guess, the last moments to try and do or die these invasions.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to check.
These encirclements are a work of art, says the chat. They are pretty good. They're pretty good encirclements.
They're pretty nice, actually.
Really being chomped down now.
Oh, look at this! Oh dear!
They haven't got the troops to man the front anymore.
Look at this guy! It's like we should have a follow camera. We could go first-person view and just follow the little tank.
And now Iceland recapitulated.
Yeah.
These endless peace conferences from the Northern Lights faction, adding like the one factory in Iceland.
I'm trying to stall the surrender here with peace conferences.
Yeah, they're hoping to get to the end of the game and not have lost because endless peace conferences.
Keep taking out Iceland.
Oh, and they've linked up. That's an encirclement.
Yeah.
On the Crimea area.
Oh, dear.
So we've got Soviet troops, Brazilian troops.
Yeah.
All encircled.
Oh, there's a.
Yeah, this is.
This is, as my event pop-up says, unfortunate.
Heinz Guderian wounded. Oh, that's going to tip the tide there.
Yeah, we'll tip the tide. Maybe not.
So they did manage to really cement that encirclement in the east there on those Polish.
This is still holding out.
We'll take small victories where they come.
Yeah.
But it's just not quite been enough.
At this point, there's just not enough.
They haven't got the troops to man the border.
Not enough Russians to hold the border anymore.
The tanks can just strike at will wherever they want.
Yep. I mean, they were holding as long as they sort of had troops, but now with all these encirclements cutting away large parts of units, and really as a defender, this is incredibly hard to deal with, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's so fast and hits so hard. Like, this will eventually just happen. And actually, I'm gonna have to look and see how far.
Ooh, Japan's really doing well now.
Yeah.
So if Japan beats China, that was one of the factions that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I wish they could someone could help them, right? That would have been good. Because if Japan actually wins now.
Yeah. So Britain is hoping that nobody wins, and Germany is trying to force China to win. So I mean, if you're Britain, you're pretty happy right now.
Yep.
Because it's looking pretty even, and unlikely that Japan will go all the way to
capitulate. As long as China doesn't win, then Germany is denied that point, I guess. So
yes.
So I guess that would go to the wild cards.
But the wild cards will get a point for that on a technicality, because Germany didn't achieve a point.
But they've lost all the other points so far. I mean, they're not going to be able to push through here.
This is, it's bad terrain, and they've got numerical superiority now, the Germans.
Yeah, there's some
Central Powers.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot they can do about it.
No,
Moscow is now being approached. They've got a last defense line, the Soviets, on Moscow.
Oh dear.
We've got to try and hold.
I feel like we should have a soundboard and we can have the Soviet anthem. Missed the soundboard.
Desperately try and hold on to their capital.
I like it though. They got a final line along the river here. I'm going to be watching it.
Already smashing across with those SPA to the west of Moscow.
Oh, and they're so tough. And now, I don't even think he's got anti-air anymore now.
Yeah, it must have run out.
Yeah.
Look at his logistics. Maybe he's got a big deficit running.
And he does have anti-tank, but he's not really using them.
Thousands of it. He's not deployed.
Maybe not all divisions have it. Oh wait, what are they doing now? Moving.
They're all
running away to a different defense line.
I mean, I guess they can hold it.
I
And it
mean-
needs to extend further north though, because they'll just come around the top and take all this.
He's split off
Oh, I
into two
see.
different
Oh,
defense
okay.
orders, so that's what's going on.
He's trying to reorient his defensive
Yeah,
line
so
to
you can
cover.
get a bit of a dig in as well before they hit them.
Well, you should hope that the Germans aren't quick enough to exploit that.
Look at these little motor cars, just eating everything.
Really tough, really tough for the Soviets. But it was always going to be. I mean, from the start of the session, like they were having just taken over an AI Russia that's not been preparing for war.
Whereas the German player has like fine-tuned Germany. Into,
Yeah, like I mean, because in the first session, if you didn't watch, the Germans they deployed loads and loads and loads of divisions to artificially inflate their manpower count, so they could do Sudetenland and Anschluss in like mid-1936. So they were really sort of motoring from a very early point.
Yeah, they have a lot of like SP artillery still,
Yeah,
but they're
lots
not
in
building
storage.
anymore, so they're keeping the stockpile and still haven't launched their. Maybe they failed again with the invasion and we missed it, but I mean this isn't gonna do anything.
No, they haven't got naval superiority either.
And I guess their plan of waiting until the UK showed up didn't really work out. Oh dear, here we go. Defense of Moscow. Gonna have to watch this one. Oh. They stopped it?
They decided to give them a stay of execution.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
What else is going on? Like everything here is just falling back.
Yeah, it's their last
There's
hope of a defensive line.
Some brave Mexicans are fighting back here. Actually, maybe able to actually hold the Poles back at the river here.
Oh, there's just an empty
Yeah,
space
it's just
down
empty
there.
here.
They
It's
haven't
just-
got the troops down in time.
No. Soviets are just leaving them to die. Ouch.
Well, they've already broken that line though.
Yeah.
That tank is smashed through.
Yeah, that's so tough to stop. That's when we should have some GM tools. Just give them like 3 divisions that are good.
Yeah. Give them like lots of heavy
Look how
tank
fast
divisions.
they are. Yeah, they can't stop this.
So the problem here basically is that Germany optimized a very sort of specific strategy, and well, Soviets were AI, but none of the other players
It's a do or die.
realized what they were doing early enough.
Right?
Yeah, and so, you know, if any players had got anti-tank into their divisions early enough, say France, and they'd been repelled, the Germans would have been in a really tough spot because they hadn't researched medium tanks. Like, so if they had defeated those light tanks, it would have been really, really hard for the Germans to.
Now
to deal with
Moscow's fallen off. So
encircled now.
the sadness that is supply now.
It's not good. Not good.
Moscow's completely cut off. And I don't think it
being
will
attacked
hold.
now.
Yeah, I mean, look at them. They're going straight through the river as well. And I mean,
overruns.
they do have Zukov for defense at least.
Yes, that's one thing. They're now pushing up through Finland again. Finland's now coming under the occupation of a different central power. They've experienced Germany, and now then the Soviet Union, and now Poland.
Yeah. Gear. I mean, out of those, I'd probably pick Poland to occupy me, though.
Well, one thing we can give credit to Prussian for is the German name placement now. If we zoom out over the whole of Europe,
It's
pretty big. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah. And we got Finland up here.
So Greater Finland in Iceland and Liberia, and Sweden in what looks like Algeria, and also Algeria and Tunisia.
Yeah.
And Morocco.
I don't see much more movement here. I mean, they're taking most of the coastline, but now it's when it really starts slowing down.
Yeah, it's really
right?
grindy through central China.
Now especially when they start pushing in here, it gets even harder for them. So I don't think we're going to see a winner there. I don't think so.
No, which would be good for the British.
'Cause,
so if you're UK now, you're probably getting a point for their navy, and they're probably getting one for the AI war. That's two.
True. We got to count the navy actually.
Germany will be on. Currently, I believe, 1 point, because the two objectives count as half a point each, basically, because some nations have just one objective to take, and some have two. So they don't count as 2 points for each place.
Okay.
So it's actually fairly even, I think, actually, between the two.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we might have to assign the victory here to Germany anyway, considering, right?
Well, the moral victory, if not on points.
I don't know if we can call it the moral victory, but the immoral victory, perhaps.
The British have gone to war with Turkey.
Yeah.
So
okay, their invasions are running now.
this is it then. This is, if you go to
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna say it. Because this is Hamburg is the
it's all
place.
happening because there's an invasion in Turkey as well going on. But keep
maybe
focus
you
on,
can
on
watch that
Hamburg.
one.
I'll have a
So-
look. They're pushing in pretty strongly
Because
in
Hamburg
Syria.
is the one place that of course they're not attacking directly in Hamburg.
It's Bremen they need to take. So
Oh.
if the Germans can capitulate
Oh.
Turkey,
They've landed,
they could steal victory here right at the death from the Germans.
but they're. Oh, was it Bremen? That was Hamburg, right?
They need to take Bremen. Bremen's the objective.
Oh, well, never mind then. I mean that's.
And they are. There's no
they're gonna
troops
grab
there.
it
They've
now.
abandoned
But
it.
how long?
Well, we
they're
got
gonna have to hold this for 15 minutes.
15
though, right?
minutes. So Bremen's fallen. So Germany has now lost half a point. So
Oh,
Germany
dear.
is down to, as it stands,
Are they reinforcing
a point
this?
and a half, I think.
I don't see them reinforcing it. They
Britain
probably
is on-
really should. Oh,
Is-
yeah, it's. Oof.
they're trying to attack Wilhelmshaven. I would just be holding at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they want a bit of a broader front for more supply and more troops.
They're gonna need to bring in more to actually hold this for longer, right?
Yes, just true. How about in
I
Portugal?
mean-
Did they launch the attack on Coimbra as well?
Yes, they did.
Well,
And
they've
they have
landed.
actually, but ooh,
They're
this is
being
gonna be a tougher.
Pretty strongly countered from 4 sides there.
Yeah.
I think the province they chose there was perhaps a bit questionable because it can be attacked from so many sides.
Yeah.
It makes it much harder to defend, but they are going for
sure.
Lisbon now.
I don't think this one's gonna work though. I mean, they're doing
they're
okay. I mean,
attacking,
these
but
are pretty weak.
They're going to get reinforced.
Yeah.
They need to try and pin that division on the.
Are
on the
they
east.
reinforcing anything? They're not really sending in more of their own troops, though. They probably should give up some and ship them over.
Yeah. It's now or never.
Yeah, it's.
If you move over to Turkey, there's been one that's been encircled. I think a British division, or it's just been destroyed actually. They pushed in, but now they're being halted again.
There's all sorts of forces down here. So they have to capitulate, right? Not just take the capital, or
Capitulate, yes. So they'll have to take pretty much all of everything east of the.
I'm gonna have to check the
Dardanelles.
war situation. So Soviet Union is very close to surrendering
87%
now.
now. 3.86 million casualties.
Ouchie, ouch.
That's pretty
They
hefty
still have
whack they've taken.
2.7 million manpower left though.
No, that's the Soviet Union
And
for
then
you.
they're still holding up here, and I guess they're not gonna be able to get through to Luleå though. At this
No,
point,
I shouldn't think
at this
so.
point, I would try and do like an invasion or something, but oh well, the Polish wall here is unbreakable basically.
So Bremen currently in British hands. They're on. If they can. Oh no, so Germany
They are
hasn't
not.
lost
Oh
points.
dear, here comes the German.
Oh, the tanks
the
have arrived. They've come in too
Yeah.
early.
Just gonna call these go-karts of death. Honestly,
They're gonna. Oh, there goes
Oh
Bremen.
my god. Oh yeah,
That was it. Oh,
it was brutal.
But they've taken Coimbra in Portugal.
They have.
Yes, they've.
Are they going to
they've
hold
pushed
it
through,
though?
but
'Cause,
I don't know.
Because
They
they have a
need-
couple of minutes to get the.
They haven't got a port, so they've got no supply,
Oh no.
and they can't get through to
Yeah.
Lisbon.
I mean, maybe.
It's a valiant effort from the British.
Maybe do it. No,
I don't
not
think
going
so.
to.
They're being pressed now from Coimbra. They can't reinforce.
No.
It's a valiant effort from the British there, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold on to either of those two.
Some of these are falling back.
Oh,
Outcome is undecided.
they're reinforcing. though.
Yeah, no, it's not going to work
Well,
anymore. I think.
They can just pin that division there that's moving in.
Yeah.
They're not that far away from
Do
victory.
it.
Oh, they committed it to the attack.
Oh,
now
now
they're
they pinned
pinning.
them. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's look at the combat.
oh no, they're reinforced again. The
Yeah.
poles much harder now.
I don't think they have any air support down here either. Actually, there's not that much air at all. Oh, there's a bit actually.
Could have brought their fleet out to provide some
Yeah.
air support.
So, is any of these happening?
No,
I don't think they're launching them at
I don't
all.
think they're going to try and do that.
I think this was their last
yeah.
attempt, right?
I wonder whether maybe Britain should have waited till maybe like 5 minutes before the end before they launched that invasion.
I
Because
mean, they're
it just-
way past Moscow.
It just gave the Germans enough time to deal with it before the session ends. We've got now what 15 minutes left.
Yeah, maybe they got it wrong and thought it was 9 o'clock.
Oh,
Because then it would be
they might
like
have
2
done.
minutes left, right?
Yeah, they might have done. That'd be a shame if they thought it was.
I don't know if
a
we
9
should
o'clock
count
finish.
it as. Because I don't think they can do anything now that it fell back.
Well, Russia is not far away from capitulation now.
Yeah, I guess when Russia falls, we can have a bit of an ending interview, perhaps.
Yeah, definitely.
Japan is doing well now, actually. But who gets the point?
Well, it was an Italian objective, but of course the Italians don't exist anymore. So nobody gets a point if Japan wins. As it stands, Britain gets that point because nobody is winning.
Yeah, I guess Italy does not exist. It's just a giant Hungarian boot.
So the point provisionally the point tied at the moment because Britain got pushed out of Europe. So they're on a point from the AI war and potentially a point from their navy. So that's 2. Germany's got all of its objectives.
Definitely right, but unless Germany's been building what is their navy like? No.
Oh, it's very small.
The answer is no.
Yeah, they're not going to be
the
British.
So definitely Britain's going to be holding the navy here.
2 points to Britain, and then Germany has taken both of his objectives, which is a 1 point.
Yeah.
And Turkey is not capitulated, which is another one. That's 2.
It's not even close now.
And then what's their third objective? I've forgotten it.
I mean,
they had
China.
Well, no, China hasn't won, so they won't get that point.
That's true. Yeah, we lost our paper, so
it's actually, I believe, 2 points. Oh, actually, which seems silly actually, because Germany has dominated this.
I mean, it was a point game, so
yeah. We'll confirm the points and objectives once we call a halt. We'll tot up the navies and talk to everyone, see how they've got on.
15 minutes remaining.
Free India is supporting Japan.
Oh, really?
I mean, it makes sense. They both are fascists, and can probably split up this area.
But Free India is in Britain's faction. Britain does not want Japan to win.
Well, can't stop the AI. They're looking at the local scene, right?
It's just ironic.
They already kind of gave the finger to the British overlords, so. But yes,
India's had a wild ride.
How much does Soviet Union have now? It's 92%.
4 million casualties nearly. 3.99.
Yeah. Is there someone doing any kind of? I think it's just raiding going on. Yeah. I would have actually expected someone to try and deal with the. I guess that's what Germany was doing with its bombers.
He's launched his paratroopers onto Britain again. But once again, he's not following it up with naval invasions. So
no.
There's a Hungarian paratroopers. They've taken London.
Yeah, they found a port that was unguarded.
They've got to get their troops across.
Oh dear. Oh no. No, they're gonna close it.
They didn't quite get a port, did they? Because Norwich isn't a port. I don't think.
Actually, you're right. I thought it was a. That's the thing. You can't hold for very long unless.
Yeah. You've got to get your tanks in there and your infantry divisions as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching this one. I don't think it's gonna be any victories.
No.
I mean, I feel like I should have shipped over. Yeah, I never got any ports, so yeah, I can't even ship over reinforcements.
Yeah, I perhaps would have set up naval invasions to bring some other divisions over.
Yeah.
Into Norwich perhaps. To then help that because that attack on.
Here we go.
Oh, they got a port.
Can they get something over in time?
From Dunkirk, I think they're trying to move from there.
Come on, tanks, you can do it. Be brave. Be brave, tanks. Come on.
Hit the button.
How
about the naval superiority?
Oh, yeah. But that doesn't matter for... I mean, you can still do it. You'll just probably lose a lot of them,
Yeah,
right?
so I mean, they can try.
But he's got 6 divisions. Surely one will make it across.
Be bold. Support your men in London.
Yeah, it would be beautiful if you can take London. I mean,
I don't think they just not quite get.
Come on, do it.
They've taken
Come on, do it.
The north now.
Well,
they've got a second port.
2 ports, man. Oh,
there we go. Here come tanks.
The boat tanks are coming.
Of course. If he manages to capitulate Britain, then Prussia definitely wins. We can't say that Britain would win.
It's actually a good point. I wonder. He should have probably gone for some. Now that he went down the light tanks, he could have gone for some amphibious tanks. Actually. They're gonna land. Here comes the whirlwind, and they're all out of supply.
Oh no!
I mean, actually, I forgot about that port. Okay, but
it's not very much supply there, and they haven't got organisation. Tanks.
No.
Is he going to lose a big bunch of his armoured forces here in the closing stages?
They got just about enough supply. But
they can't break through though. Really difficult for them.
Yeah.
We just landed.
Ouch.
Well, fair play.
Here we go.
Oh, they did.
Oh no!
They've crossed the.
Yeah.
What river is that? I can't remember.
There's some more German tanks coming.
Well, he's certainly trying. We'll give him credit for that.
And Soviets are still in the fight.
Somehow still not capitulated, even though like.
Nah. What about Turkey?
Urals.
What's happening in Turkey? Is there any?
Good question. Turkey, we got nothing. Yeah. No.
Okay, so
Germany
they're
is
not
now
gonna be
pushing into Syria. In fact.
Yeah, and there's nothing with the. Yeah, everything else is down. So we're basically now seeing, can Germany take? So should we give them extra point if they
broken
can?
Out now.
Should we give them extra point if they can capitulate Britain?
If they capitulate Britain, Britain can't win. Really.
No.
I don't think his faction members are majors, so I think they will just peace conference if Britain capitulates.
I think so.
You can check see if Sweden or Finland have become majors with their territories in Liberia and Iceland. So the Northern Lights faction.
Northern Lights, yeah.
Although they're already gone, aren't they?
Yeah, they're already gone. So there's nothing. I guess even free India will fall.
So if Britain can just take the land now,
the fall of London.
Sorry, Germany can take the land now. That'll be it. They'll win.
For the first time since William the Conqueror, London has fallen to a foreign invader. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
They might just cling on, the British.
How much? Yeah, I'm gonna have to see. How much did they actually dedicate the fleets to? Oh, their supremacy is actually.
Well, I think they're trying to avoid losing their fleet so they can guarantee the naval point if they manage to cling on.
It's true. At this point, though, you probably should have just held on, right?
Oh, I mean.
Oh dear.
That's it.
The Treaty of Glasgow.
That's it.
That is it.
Germany wins, everyone.
Yes. If nobody could see that coming.
With 10
I didn't
minutes
think
to
they would
spare,
pull
Germany
this
wins.
off, though. Actually, that was.
Yeah. To give credit to Prussian and his compadres for pulling that off, because that is.
It was very close. It was very close, though. They were just about out of supply there.
Especially against a player that had deployed his troops. That Hungarian paradrop just north of London really sealed the deal there.
Here's the question, though.
So
what is he going to do with the land?
Yeah, can we jump in with the Central Powers? Talk to them about their glorious victory. Hello. Congratulations, you've won.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was actually if you hadn't capitulated Britain, it would have been very, very close on the points actually.
Yeah.
But since you've now officially vetoed them, you are the winners of the 3-day war. So congratulations to you all.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
And very well played. I mean, you've conquered every faction. I think. In fact, you've hit all of them and additional countries.
I mean,
not USA.
Oh, not USA. True.
Not USA. They're next. No, but so what are you going to do with your conquered British land? You're going to make a puppet out of it.
Sure, but I feel like London should be German, right?
Well,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The rest can stay.
Ensure compliance.
So, there any moments in the today's session that you were a bit sort of nervous about? Didn't think things were going your way?
When I lost Bremen and Coimbra, that was tough. Yeah. Also, the first attempt on UK I thought would go better, but I messed it up.
Yeah, I think if they just waited like another 5-10 minutes to strike those places.
Yeah, we thought the British invasion of Bremen and Coimbra, if they'd done that maybe 10 minutes later, you might not have had the time to react before the end of the session.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a noble effort on their part.
Yeah,
for sure. And then more land here going to various stations.
Yes. Sussex is going to be German.
Lithuania taking land there.
And London.
What?
Well, very well played. Your self-propelled guns ultimately were just they were too good.
They were unstoppable.
Well, it's 1939, right? So it's still a bit early. That's why there's.
It feels like it should be much later. We've been playing for so long.
If it was 1939 of not being attacked by Germany for several years, though, someone probably would have had a stronger counter now.
Yes, it's
but
true.
Everybody's been scrambling from the attacks.
It was just like the decisions that were made in the first year of the game have basically decided it, because feedback in France was going for sort of an aggressive offensive army to strike places.
Yeah.
Didn't sort of invest in anti-tank, and then didn't have a counter to the light self-propelled guns. So very well played.
Yeah.
You dominated essentially. There's no other word for it really.
No, it's I would say it's complete domination.
Yeah. All right, should we talk to the British, the Northern Lights faction?
Yes.
Hello, Northern Lights faction.
Hello. Hi.
Commiserations. You fought bravely. We thought you were just going to get it with the invasions of Bremen and Coimbra, but maybe a little bit too soon on those ones.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you guys think it was 9 o'clock, or that was the deadline?
It was 9 o'clock because you said less than 30 minutes.
Oh.
No, just 15 minutes more to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, you knew that.
So your time estimation was a lie, therefore I think we should be the victor.
Yeah, because I think we got them.
You still
exactly
didn't manage to hold them even at 9, though.
I'm not sure. I'm not
I think
sure.
we did. I think
I'm not
we
sure.
did.
Having capitulated, you can say you're the winners, but well fought.
I mean, if they puppet them, I guess they're on the winner's side.
It's true.
We can all be winners as long as it's under German slavery here.
I mean, we are the faction with the most votes now, definitely.
Yes,
Yeah.
well that's true. I mean, if they hadn't got you right at the end there, it would have been very, very close on points because you had by far the largest navy, and it was equal in China. So you'd got 2 points from those two at least, and then it would have been just totting up the Germans for objectives. So you were well in it right in the end, even as Germany dominated, but just got you there at the end.
I mean, the Prussian prince is just a beast. I think the Axis have a very deserved victory here.
they did play very, very well.
Yeah, it was well done.
But commiserations for your gallant.
It was just
defeat.
so surprising with that initial invasion in Sweden.
Yeah, it was so unexpected.
Oh right, yeah. You didn't think they'd be coming across there.
Well, the thing is,
No.
we had our.
I knew they were coming, but not that bloody goddamn quickly. I thought we would have like a month, maybe 2 months. But they must have started that naval invasion planning instantly.
He prepped it straight away.
It was just one division per plan, so they prepped really, really quickly.
Yeah,
It is blitzkrieg.
It's like
my
15
troops were
days
still
prep
marching
time.
in the snow in Österbotten because they took Denmark, so I couldn't transfer them over.
Although, of course, at the start of the session, you wouldn't have called it the Britain would capitulate before Russia did.
No.
The Soviets never capitulated.
That's true, actually.
They're still in the fight.
Yeah, so I guess you haven't won. No.
Well, one thing we learn from this is that you never lose until you give up.
It's true.
We took Ireland, I recovered. We took Liberia and Iceland, Finland. So it's
Yeah, we were
never
enjoying
too
your
late.
little soiree around the Atlantic, visiting all the ports.
For a while there, we thought you guys were trying to delay the inevitable by having long peace conferences.
We did enjoy seeing Swedish Syria as well, briefly.
Yes. It rose and fell.
It's a glorious few weeks.
We tried giving them a country, and then. I mean, at least Swedish Ireland's looking very nice.
Yeah.
But one thing we can say though, Greece is still alive.
Also,
they've made it through the 3-day war. So that's a win.
Let's see how this.
Oh
Okay,
dear.
there's the peace
How's
deal.
the map look now?
Because I might have another.
Oh lord, they kept the British alive then. They puppeted them.
Yeah.
Oh damn it! I need more power. Damn it. Otherwise, I would be able to make a civil war and become independent again.
Right. Well played. Commiserations. We'll go and talk to the wildcards now.
Yeah.
Get their reaction.
I mean, they haven't fallen yet.
No,
Okay, Dan.
Wildcards. Hello.
speed one. Let's drag this out.
Maybe pause. Let's just pause.
How close are you to capitulation, Soviets? Oh, very, very close, in fact.
No.
Yeah.
We never capitulate.
Well, I think the one thing you can take is you were alive longer than Britain was. So that's definitely a moral victory, if nothing else.
Yeah,
Any
I
much
wish
better.
I wish I would have been told that I couldn't attack Turkey when I was fabricating, not after I started the war.
Well, sorry about that. I'm sure it was some
Sorry, I'm just
communication
real
problem.
salty.
Even with one more point, though, I don't know if that would have swung it.
Well, we'll never know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Well,
I wasn't really in for the points. I wanted to have a war so I could start doing my focus to remove or to do lessons of war.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
So I
Okay,
could
yeah,
get
yeah,
another
makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, commiserations. You all fought well.
Yeah.
It wasn't a
Better
curve
than
stomp
Britain,
through.
and that's what matters. But I don't know if you guys saw, there was a pretty good invasion actually, a real close one.
I just saw the border exchanges.
Yeah.
So did he like pump subs to build supremacy real quick and then throw?
No, he actually crossed with like British naval superiority and just like risked his tanks on a mad dash across.
Yeah.
And then I mean it was very, very close. They were so close to having their tanks just chucked out.
So they opened up with paratroopers in a place where there was no real supply, and they managed to hold out long enough to get a port back. There was a lot of casualties due to that, but they like at the very last minute they managed to hold a port and then bring some tanks over.
Yeah. So and it wasn't a curb stomp through the Soviet Union. So
yeah, and I mean cred for getting Finland back as well.
Yeah, I was never able to get all my conscripts organized by where they were, so it was like really hard to respond when.
Yeah, I mean he kept moving his armor around as well and hitting in different points.
Like the armor was super devastating.
Yeah, and as soon as the war started, I honestly should have fallen back to the Azerbaijan river with like a better defense line. I should have sent more stuff down there after he failed his first like 2 attempts to push in the north.
Yeah. We didn't enjoy the Russians hiding behind the river while the Brazilians died to slow them down though.
Well, it was a sacrifice for the greater good.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, commiserations. You all fought very well, and it was a lot closer considering you just got your country today.
Yeah.
It was an AI.
If you'd actually had like more time to build up a counter, then Germany would be in trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a little bit tricky, right? Because it's not so easy to find out this is what they're building.
Yeah. It's just you're trying to guess what the other side's making.
Yeah. And you couldn't really tell until they hit France, right? I mean, we could because we're cheating and looking.
Yeah.
We could when they're in Spain.
He was rushing the side of the tree that gave him his war goals. So
yes, he was very, very aggressive right from the start.
Yeah.
I should have known, or we should have known he was going to go to war as soon as possible when he Anschlussed immediately.
No, that's true.
We initially thought he would go to the Balkans, but he went for.
I think even he planned that actually, because we saw attack plans, and then he just changed his mind and went for France instead.
Oh,
he smelled blood and he thought he could capitalize on an unprepared France.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for everyone.
Let's end this before Soviets actually capitulate.
Yeah.
Because there's
we can't bear to see that.
There's a 99%. So you're still alive.
We're gonna pause just before it happens. So the Soviets never fell.
No.
They never gave in, even with that enormous swathe of their country cut out.
Yeah.
I guess we'll wrap up.
Yeah.
We've finished. Germany won. So the Prussian prince and his friends, Hungary and Poland, have won the 3-day war.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much for watching.